Hi, I'm Taylor,
And I'm Tina.
and today we're going to show you how to do the Energizer 500 miles. So first, we're going to begin by showing you how the Energizer goes step by step. So first, you're going to start with lasso, 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 yee-haw. And then the next step is you're going to do ski, 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 ski. And then you're going to go tree, 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 tree. And then you go swim, 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 swim. Hit your head on the wall. Oh, 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 oh. And then you're gonna walk. When the chorus comes on, it's gonna say, I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 more. And that's basically the steps to the Energizer 500 miles.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I heaver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's heavering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm working, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. And if I broke, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's going over you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
Good morning and welcome to Walk to End Epilepsy. My name is Phil Jordan. I've been helping out for 12 years now, starting this out in 2008. It's been a crazy year. Now that I'm reflecting back on how this year went, no normalcy. Everything just different. Kind of reminds me of what my son was going through, PC Jordan, who, although he had epilepsy, he did not let it bother him. He still did what he wanted to do and live a normal life. So when I reflect back how this year has gone, of staying inside, can't do anything, like we're losing time. Reminds me of my son when he would have a seizure. It's like they lost time. So I guess we take things for granted, unfortunately. And that's why we need to continue the education and awareness of epilepsy to help individuals try to live a normal life as much as they can, to continue these walks, to help support the camps that the foundation does. Life is too short. PC was 20 years old when epilepsy took his life away. But we have to keep continuing the education and awareness of others to try to live a normal life. So enjoy your walk, stay safe, and take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Phil, for sharing your story with us today and your continued support over the years for those living with epilepsy. I am Tiffany Schuler, Development Team Leader, and I'm thrilled to spend my morning with you all at the El Paso Walk to End Epilepsy. I would now like to introduce Donna Stallhut, CEO of the Epilepsy Foundation, Texas.
What a glorious day in Texas.
Today we celebrate Epilepsy Awareness Month with 4 virtual walks to end epilepsy across the state of Texas, starting in far west Texas in El Paso, moving on to Lubbock, then to the Woodlands outside Houston, and then to East Texas and our wonderful city of Tyler. Thank you all for joining us today. This is a remarkable day in the life of the Epilepsy Foundation. We have some really core main programs. We have our medical clinics, our world's largest camping programs, our support systems in place to help those struggling with epilepsy, and our educational efforts. But today our efforts focus on raising awareness about epilepsy. We do that in many ways. We educate the public. Actually, Texas public school personnel must all now be trained by the Epilepsy Foundation in seizure recognition and first aid. There's some 700,000 of those good folks, and we have so far educated 200,000. We also are launching this month our seizure first aid certification training that you get by going to epilepsy.com first aid. You should take it. I took it and I learned so much from that program. Our goal is to make Texas the most safe place in the country for folks with epilepsy, and we need your help to do that. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for walking in honor of someone with epilepsy. Thanks for walking in honor of yourself if you have epilepsy. Or thank you to the many of you who walk in memory of someone whose life was lost to epilepsy. We are all in this together. We're all going to win this fight, and we will end epilepsy. Thank you, and have a great day.
We now go to Mary Shaw, the El Paso representative for SK Life Science, one of our incredible national sponsors.
Thank you for joining us today for the Walk to End Epilepsy here in El Paso, Texas. My name is Mary Shaw, and I'm the Neurology Account Manager in El Paso. Over 3.4 million people suffer from epilepsy here in the U.S., and 1 in 26 people will develop epilepsy at some point during their lifetime. Epilepsy is more than seizures, and it takes more than one person to fight it. At SK Life Science, everything we do is with the purpose of supporting patients, caregivers, and the entire CNS community. We are a global pharmaceutical company focused on the research, development, and treatment of central nervous system disorders, and are the U.S. subsidiary of SK Biopharmaceuticals based in Korea. In addition to having a treatment approved in the U.S. for partial onset seizures in adults, the companies have a pipeline of 8 compounds in development for CNS disorders, including epilepsy. Our mission remains the same. As long as there are unmet needs in the epilepsy and CNS community, we will keep working. We will continue to explore the complex mysteries of the brain to find answers for patients, caregivers, and healthcare professionals, because you're worth it. For more than 50 years, the Epilepsy Foundation has been fighting on the front lines to advocate for and support the 3.4 million people with epilepsy in the U.S. We share the Foundation's sense of urgency and its deep commitment to addressing the needs of people with epilepsy by increasing awareness, innovation, and opportunities for community connection. We are thrilled to be partnering with the Epilepsy Foundation in the fight against epilepsy here in El Paso, Texas, and we look forward to helping you advance the mission to end epilepsy. You and your walks and stories matter, and in this fight, together we can make a positive impact. It's time to take action. These walks exist to end epilepsy, and even though these times call for joining hands virtually and maybe not physically, we are proud to join with all of you in taking one step closer to our ultimate and shared goal. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of this special day with you. Now let's start walking, and let's keep walking to end epilepsy.
3 years ago, I had the pleasure of meeting our next speaker at the walk in El Paso. I knew in our short conversation that she would be an excellent resource for those living with epilepsy in this community. She has volunteered, donated funds, and helped start a support group. Gracie Vasquez is here with us today to share her story as an epilepsy warrior.
Hi everybody, my name's Gracie. I'm from El Paso, Texas. I am 31 years old and I've been living with epilepsy since I was 13. I do suffer from tonic-clonic and absent seizures. My last tonic-clonic was in June of 2020. My absent seizures are a little more frequent. Those do happen on a almost daily basis. So I am very grateful though that my tonic-clonics aren't as close as they could be. I know that those take a lot out of not just me, but my family, my husband. So I am a wife. I do have 2 boys, a 14-year-old and a 3-year-old. I'm loving every minute of this. I am a registered nurse and I'm currently in school pursuing my master's in nursing for a family nurse practitioner. So I'm hoping with my knowledge in nursing and in my personal experiences of epilepsy, I can definitely try to help the community, especially in the El Paso community. I know that neurology and neurologists throughout the area is very, very limited. So I want to be able to be part of this community that can grow. I am a big advocate for this foundation. I truly, truly believe in everything that they do. I've attended their walks since day one. My family and I have made it a point that we make that walk every year. We try to bring awareness because that's the one thing we want. We all want is a cure for our brains. We want research done. We want awareness brought to the community. A lot of people don't understand that there's so many different types of seizures. There's so many different things that are happening even when they can't see it. You know, and I think that's a really heavy thing that people don't understand what it feels like and how draining it is to carry this every day with us. So I do have, try to coordinate with a support group, which we were meeting in person, but of course, because of the pandemic, we've been meeting virtually. We do have the Facebook page, so if you can, log on, check us out. We're Paso's Epilepsy Support Group. We would love to help this community grow, get the supports in. I know it's hard. I know it's hard for us. I know it's hard for our families. I know that my husband takes a lot from the support groups when we do have them, because even though we're going through this and we're the ones living with it, they are seen and they're hurting just as bad. You know, we have a seizure, we wake up, we're fine. They saw everything. For them, time stood still. So as emotionally heavy it is on us, I know it is on our families too. So the support groups are amazing, not only for us, but as individuals with epilepsy or seizure disorders, but it is very, very helpful for the families. So I do encourage you to log on, check us out, and please guys, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.
I am excited to introduce you to Craig Chambliss, President and CEO of Norelis, and Mary Nevers, the El Paso representative. Norelis is a national sponsor of the Walk to End Epilepsy.
At Norelis, we take this responsibility to the epilepsy community very seriously. It's not about just bringing a product to the market, it's about bringing other programs and support materials to help better manage epilepsy. And so we will be working with patients, with their caregivers, with patient advocacy organizations, with nurses, physicians, other healthcare providers, through programs like My Norelis, through other printed materials, help better manage and be prepared for seizure emergencies, and look for opportunities to help enhance the management of epilepsy, because that's just part of the responsibility that we have.
Hi, Hi, I'm Mary, your Norelis representative for West Texas, and I'm honored to be a part of the Walk to End Epilepsy. At Norelis, we value the patients, the providers, and the care partners. We work hard to provide innovative solutions while the search for a cure continues. Check out our products and services at Norelis.com. Until then, be empowered.
Hello, Michael Korn here. I'm here to take my walk for the Walk to End Epilepsy fundraiser this year. I've had epilepsy since the 3rd grade, which has had such an effect on my life, and know for a fact that we need to do something about it. So I decided to participate in the event to help spread awareness for it because something needs to be done to help improve the lives of those with epilepsy. One thing that comes to my mind that epilepsy has kept me from doing in my life is driving, which has in a way kept me from being able to connect with other people and made me feel lonely. However, throughout the coronavirus pandemic, I've realized that I could feel even lonelier. I saw online that the Walk to End Epilepsy fundraiser was going to be done virtually this year and started to think this would be a nice way for the company I work for, First Service Residential, to do something together while separated and suggested for us to participate in it. When I heard they agreed to, I felt so supported and so much less alone. We got together a team of my coworkers, and First Service Residential even donated $50 to the first 10 volunteers, and we raised $1,838 altogether. There hasn't been anything I've ever participated in that has ever made me feel so much less alone in my whole life, which is exactly what I needed since the coronavirus pandemic started. So thank you to all our team sponsors. This has been such an amazing experience. I couldn't feel more proud of the results my team and I accomplished.
It is now my pleasure to introduce you to Shelly Crutchfield, Neurology Account Manager for Greenwich Biosciences, an amazing national sponsor to the Walk to End Epilepsy.
Hello everyone, my name is Shelly Crutchfield and I am honored to be speaking to you virtually today on behalf of Greenwich Biosciences and our entire team. As a nationwide presenting sponsor, Greenwich Biosciences is proud to partner with the Epilepsy Foundation and its affiliates for events like this across the country. We are united in what we're trying to accomplish here today, and that is to raise epilepsy awareness and to have a positive effect on care, on research, and on the lives of those who are impacted by seizures. There are so many families who wake up every day to the reality of epilepsy. There are people listening to this right now who have been fighting against it their entire lives. And there are others who are not able to join us today. But as a community, we never give up the hope that one day we will overcome the challenges of living with this disease. This is what drives us. You may know us best as the company researching and delivering FDA-approved cannabinoid medicines to help address serious conditions, but also know that our focus is you. Patients and families are at the center of everything we do, and we strive to make a positive and meaningful difference in their lives, in your lives. We were all hoping that this walk would go on as planned, but it's still wonderful to see the community come together, even during uncertainty in times like this, when it's so essential that we stay physically apart. But next year, we'll be back together, stronger than ever. Stay safe and strong, and have a great virtual walk.
I walk to be another voice fighting for those living with epilepsy.
We walk for Bradley.
I walk for my husband, Jeff.
I walk for my husband, Josh, who was diagnosed with epilepsy when he was 6 and lived with it uncontrolled for years bravely.
I walk for all the kids like me who were diagnosed when they were little.
We walk for Carson.
I walk for epilepsy awareness.
I walk because I'm an epilepsy warrior.
I walk to help send more kids to camp.
I walk in memory of my grandson, Bradley.
I walk for my daddy who has epilepsy.
I walk to bring innovation to the fight against epilepsy.
I walk to end epilepsy.
I would now like to turn it over to Jessica Baker, local representative for UCB, our statewide sponsor of the Walk to End Epilepsy.
Good morning to all the participants of the West Texas Epilepsy Foundation in El Paso. We are honored to share a few words of support with everyone participating today. My name is Jessica Baker and I work for UCB, where our ambition is to transform the lives of people living with epilepsy. We are proud to support and participate alongside everyone today. However, our support does not end here. We are committed to advancing research to improve the lives of people living with epilepsy and finding solutions that help patients live at their ideal. Thank you for your participation, engagement, and voice. You refuse to let this disease get the best of you, and we are so inspired by your resilience. You continue wearing your purple, creating awareness, and walking in support of everyone impacted by epilepsy. For those living with epilepsy, keep your heads high and do not back down. We are here to celebrate and support you. Let's walk on.
I would like to take a minute to thank our sponsors, Greenwich Biosciences, SK Life Science, Norelis, AZI, UCB, and Livanova. We thank you for your unwavering commitment to the Epilepsy Foundation Texas and those living with epilepsy.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Moreau, and I'm the Assistant Director at the Epilepsy Foundation Texas. I'm inviting you, your friends, and your family to join us in the Seizure First Aid Certification Training this November. We have a challenge going on. We want to get 2,020 people trained in seizure recognition and first aid. The Epilepsy Foundation recently launched the first and only seizure recognition and first aid certification to support the 3.4 million Americans living with epilepsy. The certification is free, and it provides information to increase public knowledge, skills, and confidence in recognizing seizures and safely administering first aid. The certification training is led by Epilepsy Foundation certified instructors and is available through live webinars scheduled throughout the month of November. Help us reach our goal of training 2,020 people during National Epilepsy Awareness Month. To register for a training, visit epilepsy.com/first aid. Together, we can make Texas the safest state in our country for people living with epilepsy. Please join us.
Thank you again for joining us today for this Walk to End Epilepsy rally for El Paso, Texas. We encourage you to get out there and walk today wherever you can safely and comfortably walk. Take pictures and tag us on social media, and make sure you use the hashtag EFTX Virtual Walk.